Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Mindy, this is See Mindy Mom, and today I'm super excited to start filming a collab that I have been looking forward to. It's hosted by Carrie over at Weight Watchers with Carrie, so if you want to see what we're doing, stay tuned. All right, you guys, I'm sure I look a hot mess. It is the Monday after Easter and this mom is tired. If you have been here before, you know, but if you're new, you may not know that my husband is a pastor and I also work for the church. So last week was Holy Week and we had lots of extra activities, but I really wanted to start filming this collab because I think it is such an interesting take on a traditional what's for dinner video. So again, this collab is hosted by Carrie over at Weight Watchers with Carrie. Thank you so much for inviting me, Carrie. I will leave her channel in the description box, as well as all of the other channels that are participating in this collab. And whether or not you are working a Weight Watchers program or a diet program of any kind or no diet program of any kind, I think this is going to be interesting for you. We have been challenged to create a grocery haul and meal plan video, including footage of the meals that we are creating for 5 nights for our family. But the kicker is that everything that we purchase has to be able to fit within one grocery sack. Whether it's a reusable bag or a grocery, a paper grocery bag or whatever, we have to be able to fit everything that we are using to create these meals into one grocery bag. So I am actually going to head into Walmart. I'm going to get all my groceries at Walmart this week. 3 reasons for that. First of all, it's the closest to my house. Second of all, I knew that I could get everything that I needed here, so, it was just going to shorten my trip by a little bit. And third, it is right next door to a Sonic, and I really wanted to get myself a Diet Coke. Yes, I know, diet soda, it's a bad habit. Like to tell you, I'm going to kick it. Probably not going to kick it, but I'm going to go do my grocery shopping, and then I'm going to show you guys what I got. Okay, you guys, I just got home from shopping. I'm standing in my kitchen, and right here is my bag. Yes, it is overflowing, mainly because of the vegetables that I purchased to go along with my meals, because you guys know, if you watch my channel, we love our veggies in this house, and I'm not going to skimp on the veggies just because, I'm trying to fit everything in one bag. But this is actually a pretty standard size grocery bag. Yes, it is overflowing, but I was able to fit everything into it. And what is in this bag is what I need to make 5 meals for my family of 5. It's me, my husband, and our 3 children ages 9, 6, and 5. So it needs to be 5 meals that feed us all and that are also pretty kid-friendly. I am even going to make dessert one night this week. So the ingredients that I need to make dessert are in this bag as well. If you have watched my dinner videos or my grocery haul videos before, a couple of these are repeat recipes, things that we like that I make very often, but a few of them are recipes that are new to us. And one of them I'm pretty sure is a recipe that I have not shared with you before that we've had, but that I haven't made in a while. So there will be something for everybody, something new for everybody, even if you have been watching my dinner videos on my channel. Just a caveat though. I am operating under the assumption that we already have, some staples in our kitchen. I did not buy salt and pepper. I did not buy, spices. If something called for a teaspoon of onion powder or something called for a, tablespoon of chili powder or something. I'm operating under the assumption that we already have those things in our cupboards. Now, because several of the recipes I'm making called for milk and several cups of milk, I did include that in my purchases. But if it's just a small amount of something that we typically have on hand, maybe 1 or 2 eggs, I did not include that in my purchase because I'm just going to assume that those kind of pantry and fridge staples, those kitchen staples that we have on hand, we've got those. If those are not things that you have on hand, you might need to take a look at the recipes I'm making and add a couple things to your list. But if you have just kind of a generic, sort of regular, typical, stereotypical kitchen and items on hand in your pantry and fridge, then this is probably going to work for you. So I'm actually going to unpack my bag in front of you guys at lightning speed. I'll speed it up so that I can prove to you that in fact everything that I'm going to show you in my grocery haul did fit into my bag. This is it. This is about $70 or so worth of groceries from Walmart, and I'm going to make 5 meals and a dessert with this. I have 2 small cans of biscuits. I have 1 box, a 7-ounce box of long green and wild rice, a box of chicken broth, a pizza crust. I like to use the thin crust for what I'm going to use this for. 1 package of ready-made chocolate chip cookie dough, some spaghetti sauce mix, and some ranch dressing mix. This is the Great Value brand. I haven't tried that yet. Some canned goods back here. 1 can of no salt added green beans, petite diced tomatoes, no salt added. 2 cans of cream of chicken and 2 cans of tomato paste. 16-ounce box of spaghetti and a bag of bow tie pasta. This is 12 ounces. 2 boxes of pudding. I got the Hershey's kind just to try it out. Obviously, this is going to be for the dessert I'm making. And 2 things of whipped topping. I could have fit a lot more in my bag had I not had this, but I wanted to try it. Veggies. Like I said, this takes up a lot of space. It's bulk. A salad mix. This is my favorite one. It's the Southwest chopped salad mix. Some asparagus, some steam-in-the-bag broccoli, and some whole green beans. 2 blocks of mozzarella cheese, 2 blocks of sharp cheese, a 16-ounce container of cottage cheese, and 1 8-ounce container of sour cream. About 2.5 pounds of chicken breast. This is actually about 3 pounds of chicken breast. These are the breast tenderloins. I'm going to put those in the crock pot to cook them and shred them up for 2 different recipes. 2 blocks of cream cheese, a small container of milk, some pepperonis, some turkey smoked sausage, 1 pound of ground beef, and a package of bacon. There you have it. If you want to see what I'm making with these ingredients, the meals that I'm making for my family of 5, then stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm finishing up editing this video and I'm getting ready to upload it, but I felt like I needed to pop on here really quickly and let you guys know that I am not currently working the WW programs, and so I don't have smart points attached to any of these recipes. That doesn't mean that they won't work. If you're on WW, you may need to make some substitutions or some adjustments. Some of these are things that I did eat while I was working that plan. I have lots of WW or Weight Watchers content on my channel. It's just I'm taking a bit of a break from that program right now, so I did not calculate smart points for these recipes, but hopefully there is still something for you to enjoy if you're working that program. And if you're not working any of those programs, these are great, family-friendly recipes. We all really enjoyed eating them, so hopefully you enjoy. Tonight I'm making a pizza braid, which I have made before, and I'm just getting the toppings ready right now. I'm going to go ahead and cook up half of the bacon that I bought in the oven and then lay it out on a paper towel. And then I'm going to chop up my pepperonis. I like to chop up pepperonis when I'm using them in recipes because they just distribute more evenly across the entire dish or the pizza. And I'm going to grate up 1 of the blocks of mozzarella cheese that I bought. Next, I'm going to lay out my pizza crust onto a piece of parchment, and I'm going to take a pizza roller and I'm going to make little slices all the way down one side of it and all the way up the other side of it. And then I'm going to fill it up with my toppings. I did use some tomato sauce I had on hand, but you can use one of the cans of tomato paste that I bought. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay that out onto the middle of the pizza crust, and then I'll fill it with the cheese and the pepperonis and the bacon. And then I will fold over the edges that I cut so that they lay one across the other, and I'll alternate back and forth so that it creates kind of a braid until it is encasing all of the toppings. And then I'll go ahead and slide that onto a cookie sheet and bake it up in the oven until it is nice and golden brown. I'm just going to slice that up and serve it with the chopped salad kit that I bought that you guys saw in my grocery haul. I'm trying a new recipe tonight, and I'm starting by getting the rest of my bacon into the oven and shredding up 1 of the blocks of cheese that I bought. Earlier in the day, I put some chicken into the crock pot and let it cook all day, and now I'm just going to use my hand mixer and I'm going to shred that up. I'm going to use half of it tonight, and I'm going to put half of it in the freezer to use for a recipe later on this week that you guys will see. Now I'm going to go ahead and combine my cream of chicken soup and 8 ounces of sour cream along with the packet of ranch mix that I bought. I'm going to go ahead and use my hand mixer to mix that all together. And then I'm going to add half of my chicken that I made up and give that a really good stir. Then I will go ahead and open up my biscuits and I will chop them into pieces. With the smaller biscuits, I usually chop them into 6 pieces. Bigger ones could probably be 8. I will fold that into the mixture that I made from the sour cream and cream of chicken, and then I'm going to spread that into a 9x13 casserole dish. I did go ahead and spray it with some nonstick spray. And I will top that with the cheese and with the bacon, and then I will pop that into a 350-degree oven until it is cooked through. Now I'm going to just get some asparagus blanched. I put it in a pot with some water and I let it boil for just a minute or so, and then I will put it into an ice bath and set it on a towel to dry, and then I can saute it. And there you have it. There's dinner tonight. Hey guys, it is Sunday night and I've got to finish making these meals for this collab. Tonight I am actually making something that we've had before. It is a one-pan cheesy turkey sausage pasta. This uses the fully cooked turkey sausages. We love those. They're really versatile. I've used them in soups. I use them in casseroles. We eat them on their own. I know that Eckrich has one. Hillshire Farms has a turkey sausage. I think the ones I'm using tonight are Butterball. You can get them at Aldi as well. But I have made this before, so I will try to link that video up here in the corner. It's in one of my What's for Dinner videos. We really like this particular recipe, and I'm just going to serve it with some green beans. And when I make green beans that are frozen green beans, I use the whole green beans, and I'll put them in a pot and cover them with water, and I'll bring them to a boil and let them boil for 5 to 7 minutes. It just depends on how crispy you like them. I'll drain them, and then I will put maybe a tablespoon of butter or so and just toss it around in there, and then throw in a couple tablespoons of breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese, and yummy. So that's what we plan to have for dinner tonight. We're having one pan cheesy turkey sausage pasta and some green beans. Hey guys, it's Monday and I am actually going to make 2 meals tonight because I need to get this video finished, get it edited, and get it uploaded so that it can post tomorrow morning. But that works out great because one of these is a really great make-ahead meal, and I need one of those for tomorrow night anyway because it's a night when we're super busy with activities and getting home around dinner time, and I'm going to want something to just pop into the oven really quickly. So I am making an old standby. My mom used to make this all the time growing up. It is a chicken and rice casserole, and everybody needs a good chicken and rice casserole in their arsenal, right? So all I'm going to do to make this is just 4 ingredients. I am going to start with a box of rice. I'm using a Zatarain's rice. It's the long grain and wild rice, and I'm going to make this according to the directions. You can use any kind of rice you want. My mom always used rice-a-roni, and I'm just going to follow the directions on the back of the package and cook that up. And then when it is done cooking, I'm going to add 1 can of cream of chicken soup and 8 ounces of sour cream. And then remember that chicken that I cooked up last week ahead of time, and then I shredded it all, and I said, hey, I'm going to set aside half of this in the freezer to use for a recipe later on. Well, this is a recipe. So I'm going to add my cooked shredded chicken to my rice mixture, and then I will spread that into a casserole dish. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop it into the fridge since I'll make it tomorrow night. But this is a great freezer meal as well if you wanted to make it ahead and freeze it. When I'm ready to cook it, I'm just going to pop it into a 350-degree oven and heat it up until it's heated through. Remember that the chicken needs to be cooked already. You can use a rotisserie chicken, you can use canned chicken, you can do what I do and make a big batch of chicken ahead and use some of it, but just make sure that you're using fully cooked chicken for this recipe. I am just going to serve that with a side of canned green beans. Remember, I bought some canned green beans. I try to buy the no salt added ones when I'm buying canned vegetables, but we eat those occasionally when we're in a bind, and that's going to be really easy to heat up super fast. So that's going to be our meal tomorrow night. Tonight I am actually trying a new to us recipe. It is for baked spaghetti, and it is also from the website plainchicken.com. I used to make something like this years and years ago, but it's been a while since I've made anything like it. It's kind of like a spaghetti meets a lasagna, and that's what we're going to have tonight. So let me show you how I'm making that. I also keep forgetting to tell you guys this, so I thought I'd pop on here real fast while I'm thinking of it. I made one boo-boo in my grocery haul. I bought 2 packages of cream cheese and only 1 8-ounce container of sour cream. You actually need 1 package of cream cheese, 8 ounces, and 2 8-ounce containers of sour cream, or 1 16-ounce container. Luckily, I had some extra sour cream in my fridge from the previous week, so I was able to remedy that, but I wanted to let you guys know that if you're following this meal plan, flip-flop that, only buy 1 cream cheese and 2 8-ounce containers or 16-ounce container of sour cream. I'm starting this recipe out by shredding one of my 8-ounce blocks of mozzarella cheese and cooking up a 16-ounce package of spaghetti on the stove. I cooked it to al dente and then I drained it and set it aside for later. And now I'm going to whisk together 5 tablespoons of melted butter. Make sure you cool it down some before you add 2 eggs to that. And then I'm going to add 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And then I will toss the cooked spaghetti with that and coat it completely. I have made just a few substitutions in this recipe, one of which is that I am using 90-10 ground beef instead of the Italian sausage, and I'm just browning that up in my saucepan. And then the other substitution that I made, instead of using a jar of prepared spaghetti sauce, I'm just making some from a can of tomato paste, a few cans worth of water that I'm adding to that, and then a packet of spaghetti sauce mix. And I'm going to combine all of that and let it come to a simmer on the stove for a few minutes. When I'm ready to assemble this, I'm going to start with half of the spaghetti noodles, and then I'm going to layer that with half of the sauce, half of a 16-ounce container of cottage cheese, and half of my shredded mozzarella cheese, and then I'm just going to repeat that process. I'm going to cover this with foil and pop it into a 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, and then I will remove the foil and let it bake for an additional 20 to 25 minutes until it is heated through. And I'm going to serve this with just some steam in the bag broccoli. This makes a lot. We had a lot of leftovers, so this is one of those recipes that will feed a crowd if that's something that you need. Also, you guys, I have a little bonus recipe for you. I bought some ingredients. They were able to fit into my bag to make a dessert while we had some house guests here. But feel free to skip this if you are on WW or trying to lose weight or trying to watch your calories, because this is not low calorie. It is just a special once in a while treat, and I thought I would throw it in here in the collab because it's a really great summer dessert, and I had the space in my bag to do a dessert this week. Hey guys, just a little bonus recipe for you. I'm making some dessert tonight. I'm going to start by spraying some nonstick spray in a 9x13 casserole pan, and then I am going to press into it 1 tube of prepared chocolate chip cookie dough, and then I'm going to bake that in the oven for about 10 minutes or so. Then I'm going to make the cheesecake layer of the pudding, and I'm going to use 8 ounces of softened cream cheese and blend it with a cup of powdered sugar. And then I am going to fold in 1 8-ounce container of Cool Whip. When that is combined, I will spread it onto my cooled cookie layer on the bottom of my casserole dish. Make sure that your cookie layer has cooled completely before you start to assemble this. Next is the pudding layer. It calls for 2 packages of pudding, 1 chocolate and 1 vanilla. I accidentally bought 2 chocolate, but I did have a sugar-free vanilla in the pantry, so I just used that. And I used 3 cups of milk, not 4 like the boxes call for, because you want it to be a little bit thicker. And then you will spread that on the top of your cheesecake layer. And I went ahead and popped mine into the fridge for a little bit to let it set up before I put the final layer, which is another 8-ounce container of Cool Whip. And you don't have to top this with anything, but I did have some M&Ms lying around from Easter, and I just put those into my food processor and then sprinkled them on the top. You're gonna wanna let this chill in the refrigerator for a little bit before you serve it. I thought this was better on the second day than it was on the first day, but it was very good, and it's a yummy summer treat. Okay, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. 5 meals, 1 bag of groceries. Hopefully you found something that you like, that you might like to try making for yourself or for your family. As always, I would love it if you give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Leave me a comment below, and again, be sure to check out the other channels participating in this collaboration below. And a big thank you to my friend Carrie over at Weight Watchers with Carrie for inviting me to this collab. Good night.